Privilege that we have today, Dr. G. Manjunath, who has been invited to the very famous Kunming University in China for 5 years starting now to teach Ayurveda, especially a question that arises, Doctor, that China has its own traditional medicine and has adoption of modern science and usage heavily. Why Ayurveda has come into the picture?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon. So this is, I want to clarify you. I have been deputed by the Eswaso University to Kunming to teach yoga classics. But in the meantime, they took my profile and they came to know that I am an Ayurveda basically graduate of Ayurveda and postgraduate in yoga naturopathy and counseling and psychotherapy. So they wanted to take me full advantage of making Ayurveda also being introduced to the people there. And in addition to my task of teaching Bhagavad Gita, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Yoga Vasishta and Patanjali Yoga Sutra, an introductory note for them. Because all those 4 subjects are vast in it's an ocean of knowledge there. But they have been given these 4 subjects with little inputs of the syllabus there to make them stimulated or to make them orientated towards the Indian classics of yoga subject. So in that regard, I was there for 30 days, almost 30 days. So weekly, 5 days a week. So they had programmed my timetable and had given them the basics of Indian fundamental philosophy. So in addition to that, all the classical texts of yoga was introduced to them and they asked me to give a teaching faculties for those teaching faculties in yoga department and TCM.
Okay.
They called actually from outside the TCM practitioners also to have an introduction on Ayurveda. So I started Ayurveda because they are very much interested in Ayurveda. As much as they have faith in TCM, the same equal faith they have even in Indian medicine.
Very nice.
So they want to explore more about Ayurveda.
So we at Ayushman India, a foundation which got registered in 2016, are singularly focused on healthcare. But within that, we are looking at how to integrate our ancient wisdom and bring it to the addressing the today's modern day challenges, which includes lifestyle disorders and so on and so forth.
Yes.
One of the things that we have focused ourselves is that after learning that nutrition alone impacts very heavily on lifestyle disorders. So we have come and formed a program called Suposhit Bharat, which is well-nourished Indian, and see how we can solve the problem through sheer nutrition, for which our country is very famous, with a variety of vegetables, with seasonality and so on and so forth. So why not use one of the best strengths we have? So what do you say from an Ayurveda perspective as to what nutrition has to play a role?
See, the fundamentals of Ayurveda as propounded by Charaka, Sushruta and Vagbhata. So especially Vagbhata we have to take from, why means because all the Ayurveda texts, they prescribe some exclusive topics for exclusive personalities. Like I will tell you, these 4 topics are divided into among the 4 big pillars of Ayurveda. So, Nidane Madhavashreshto Sutrasthaneshu Vagbhataha Sharire Sushrutah Prokto Charakastu Chikitsakaha, where these 4 personalities have been identified as the best for that particular topic. Among them, for diagnosis of any disease, there can be no other text which can equal to Madhava Nidana. So Madhavakara is the person who has excelled in giving the diagnosis of a disease. Sutrasthaneshu Vagbhataha. So the basic fundamental principles of Ayurveda, if you want to know, you have to study Vagbhata. Vagbhata is the one who has he has given the fundamental basic principles of Ayurveda. So in that only the part of nutrition will come. So that's why we have to study Vagbhata here. I will tell other 2 also. Sharire Sushrutah Prokto. if you want to know the anatomy of human body, you must study Sushruta Samhita, where he is, even till today, by modern medical science, he has been considered as father of surgery. Even today, the modern surgeons, they consider who is the father of surgery means, that is Sushruta. Because they take the time to that era where he used to operate on human body, even when the anesthetic procedures were not sophisticated.
But I'd like to, Doctor, just bring you to this again very important question.
Yeah.
Which is the impact of nutrition.
Nutrition, that's what I'm coming to that point. Where again now the Charaka is considered as the best physician among all the texts. So that's why if you want to know anything about the treatment, so you must refer Charaka Samhita.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why now among these four, now Vagbhata we have to take, as you talked about the nutrition.
Right.
Vagbhata, what he says about the nutrition? Because he says three important principles in our human life: Ahara, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. So these are considered as Traya Upasthambas. Upasthamba means pillars.
Pillars.
Ahara, Nidra, Brahmacharya. Ahara means food, where nutrition aspect definitely it is a big pillar. That's why they give. Many people say Ayurveda means only something jadibutiya, something kashaya, taila, or massage. But it is a totally misconception about Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a way of life. It is not only teaching you the medical knowledge or the medical science, jadibutiya or the herbal thing, but it is actually a way of life. Actually. So that's why they start with the how, at what time you should get up in the morning. Tell me which medical science teach you this. In MBBS, do you get the knowledge of at what time you should get up in the morning and what you should do? No. This is what Ayurveda is, a way of life. And in that, food is a very, very important aspect. Ahara, Nidra. Equally they give importance to the sleep also. And a Brahmacharya. That Brahmacharya is very important. So leading a celibate life. Celibacy is very important. That means purity of body and mind is necessary to enhance even the sleep also. If the sleep is proper, how you can sleep properly? Only when you have a beautiful nutrition and nourishment. So that's how they give importance to Ayurveda. Even in China, they are very much interested in this Ayurveda because they are attracted by the fundamental concepts. Mm-hmm. That's what I gave a 3-hour workshop on Ayurveda by fundamentals.
Oh, I see.
Where they were completely mesmerized and they wanted to have more tie-ups with this.
I just wanted to ask you, since you've recently come back from China and now you're going to be going more.
Yeah.
Did you notice, is there something called street food? Like we have street food in India, do they have street
Definitely
food?
They have street food.
How did you find the street food there? Was it of good quality or was it poor quality like we have?
Because, no. Look into the thing. Their food style is entirely different from our, from India point of view. See, we in India also we find so many food categories and so many food practices what we follow. It changes every 100 kilometers.
Right.
The food style.
Right.
Is it not? According to the region.
Right.
You take in Bangalore only. If you go away from Bangalore 80 kilometers, that is near
but
India.
No, I see
the food is
changes. I'm not just looking at variety alone.
Yeah.
My question is that I'm looking at our street food can be tasty, but it's not healthy. There's a gap there. Did you notice in China, was the street food clean? Was
because
it healthy?
I'm a pure vegetarian.
So you could not eat that?
I didn't eat or taste any of it. Vegetarian. No, vegetarian. Because I was very much having my own, I'm skeptical about that.
Okay.
So I didn't even touch anything.
Fair enough.
Only pure vegan restaurant I attended. It was a wonderful.
Was it vegan Chinese or vegan continental?
Continental.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So pure vegan continental style. Pure vegetables, and not even onion and garlic is being used there.
Right.
Not even onion and garlic.
Right.
It's like a Jain food.
Right.
It's like a Jain food, pure vegetable.
Just let me ask you, let me just lead you to another question.
Yeah.
Like Suposhit Bharat, Ayushman India is now focusing on another big movement. It's called Sugar Satyagraha. Basically a fight against diabetes. I want to ask you a question. What role and what percentage role does Ayurveda and nutrition plays on diabetes management?
100%, because it is mentioned in Shastras, in Ayurveda, And even the Upanishads and Vedic wisdom says that ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhihi, sattva shuddhau dhrida smritihi. This means if your mind has to be pure, your food must be pure. If the food is pure, it maintains its sanctity, then your mind will be pure. So body and mind are interlinked. So sugar or diabetes, what you say, it is not a disease. It's a disorder. You must know the difference between disease and
disorder, right?
Disease is pathological. Disorder is physiological.
Super.
Disorder is physiological, it is. So that means variation in our physiology. How can that be tackled? Only by our lifestyle. So tackle your food style. Tackle your vihara. That's why ahara vihara. I add another one concept here. Ahara vihara vichara. Vichara is also very important. That which gives us, because if you stay in sattvic food style, your mind will become sattvic. If your mind will become sattvic, your attitude will become sattvic.
And here I want to ask you, take it to another question, like you're saying, because it's sort of emphasis. We spoke to somebody from the National Brain Research Center, which is an apex body on brain research for our country, little outside Manesar. Modern science confirms that nutrition plays a very big role for depression. Example, talking about a specific disease now.
How?
Does Ayurveda talk about how ahara
plays a very important role in depression? Yes. Ahara is divided into two parts, Sukshma Bhaga and Sthula Bhaga in our body. The Sthula Bhaga is going to nourish the body tissues. The Sukshma Bhaga is going to nourish the mind. So mind is an important concept there in depression. Doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani.
Thank you.
So this is the most important way. Our food is going to nourish your mind also and body also.
Well, Doc, on behalf of Ayushman India, myself, Arun Buddhi Raja, and all my colleagues, we thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.